So congratulations on the trailer. This looks really nice, and it's
Thank
a
you.
very seems like a very fun film, which is something that we don't expect from maths, honestly.
Yeah.
But it is, and so yeah, we are waiting for Shakuntala Devi and Vidya Balan to make maths interesting for all of us
I'm sure she
as well.
will.
Okay, Jishu, I will straight away jump into the role that you're playing. You're playing
Mhm.
Paritosh Banerjee, Shakuntala Devi's husband.
Right.
Um, so there is actually very little known about him.
Mhm.
There's still a lot of books that and articles and stuff about Shakuntala Devi, but very little about him. So what has been your approach? Like, what has been your reference point, especially when you play a character which is real life inspired? But there is so little material available.
Uh, for me, my Bible is a script and the director, to be very honest. And yes, it's there's nothing, not much on Paritosh Banerjee on net or anywhere else or in
Yes,
books, whatever we say. But his daughter is still there, you know. But
right.
Anu and Vidya, they met her, and so from uh, Anu and Vidya also. So I got to know a lot about him, how he was,
Sure.
and how the way he used to talk, or whatever the nuances are of his character.
Right.
So I got to know from Anu, mainly from Anu, and also from Vidya. The best part was,
Right.
people don't know about him, so that's where
Right.
it's a plus point for me as an actor to put my few nuances or few
Inputs. Yeah.
yeah,
Values.
in the character. So I guess they have when Anu saw the film after the final edit, and
Right.
I think Anupama ji also have seen few portions of it. I think Anu has shown. So her husband messaged me saying that, I I I actually saw my father-in-law in you. I said, "Oh, great! That's a huge compliment for me."
It
And
is.
I hope 31st of July people will see the
Yes.
film, and uh, people who don't, I'm sure 99% people don't know of him or don't know him, and they'll get to know
Mhm.
Paritosh through Shakuntala Devi.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask you if there was room for creative liberty, because there is so little known, and you kind of addressed that. So, what sort of creative liberty did you take when you are portraying this character? Like you
So
said,
when
that
we
there's little
so when
known.
we yeah so when we don't have any information, we don't know that person,
Right.
so there are liberties actually. You can actually,
Yeah.
you can make your own imagination when you
Interpretation.
yeah, and also you when you have when you know of that guy, so this person was like
Yeah.
this, but we haven't seen him, so you have your imagination to,
Hmm.
do certain things, and you have that liberty to get into that zone, I would say.
Right.
So that's what I've done. So I think
Right.
when you don't know much of him, so there are liberties which you can
Hmm.
take. Yes, obviously you have that
Which you
line,
can
you
take.
can't cross certain lines.
Right.
So yes, so I think you get, as an actor, you get that liberty.
Right. Jishu, what was it like working with Vidya? She's such a powerful actress, and well, this film is entirely centered on her. She's playing the titular role. So, what was the experience working with her? The scenes, particularly that you shot with her.
She is a prankster. She she is fun. She is bundle of energy. She is everything, and she's a wonderful human being. She's a wonderful soul. I This is also less, if I say, because I know her for quite some time. She has
Hmm.
seen my films of the films which I've done in Bengal with Ritumano Ghosh, and the kind of cinemas which I'm being doing
Also,
for.
Raj Kahini, because Raj Kahini
Right.
she
I was
starred
just coming to that.
in.
Yeah.
So, she
So
must have seen the Bangla one, right?
yeah, and she actually told me so many times that I should have done that role in Hindi, but I told her, Srijit didn't take me. I said she should have taken me. I wanted to do that film, but he told me that আমি কলকাতার কোনো অ্যাক্টরদের নিচ্ছি না, তো তোকেও নেওয়া যাবে না, তুই নলে আমাকে কলকাতা কেউ ঢুকতে দেবে না. So he said that I can't take you because I'm not taking any of the actors from Bengal. So otherwise I won't be able to
Bengal,
walk in Kolkata. Yeah. So I told that to Vidya. They said he's lying. I said I know he's lying too. So anyway, coming back to Vidya, I'm a huge fan of Vidya Balan. There's no two ways about it. I love her.
Right.
I love her as an actress. The way the small nuances she gets on the table while she's acting, and you learn so much from her. And I've learned actually so much from her. Probably I'm into this profession for 22 years. I've worked with so many people, but you as an actor, you learn every day, every moment.
Right.
He or she might be younger than you, might be elder than you, whoever it is. You keep on learning. So I have learned so much from Vidya, and the way she approach a character, that's brilliant. So yes, and we had so much of fun. I can't even mention, if you ask me right now, that you should just mention one incident as such. Usually people ask, I won't be. The entire film is a fun. We were always, usually we used to speak in Bengali because we are the only two Bengalis. She speaks Bengali really well.
Yeah. Yes.
So we used to talk in Bengali, and we used to look at someone. Say we used to look at Anu, and we used to talk about the scene, but in Bangla. And Anu used to think we are
Just
both talking about her. Yeah. So we used to play prank like this, and every moment we used to have fun. And the day we finished, I finished earlier than her. She had 3-4 days left after the film. I got over, and I actually thought, oh my God, the film is over. So we are not going to meet on set now. It was like that, and kab khatam ho gaya film, and when we didn't understand only.
Okay, so I'll move on to another question about your like the characters that you've played in Bollywood. Now, it seems like behind every successful and strong women in Bollywood, there is a Jisshu Sengupta.
Jisshu Sengupta.
Yes, there is. So both Mardanis. Then there is Shakuntala Devi, of course. There was you were in Piku as well, Barfi as well. So what is it like that gravitates you naturally towards these roles? Is it something that you do consciously, or is it just something that happens? Is it something about your demeanor?
It just happens. Probably my next film is not like that. Hopefully people will get to see a different Jisshu altogether in Bollywood. So anyway, I think the most of the work which I've done is all the Bengali directors like Shujit Sarkar, Pradeep Sarkar, Sujoy Ghosh, Anurag Basu. So they all known me for quite some years, I would say, and they know the kind of work which I've done in Bengal. So I guess that's one of the reasons they call me for a certain kind of roles. But it just happened. Thanks to Sujoy, he has given me a different role altogether in Typewriter. Thanks to him. And but I probably my face says that I will always stand behind a woman. Probably. Do I look like that?
And very strongly. Look like a good guy who would be very supportive. Yes.
So maybe that's the reason.
Perhaps. So Jisshu, you've worked in Bangla cinema and TV serial for, like you said, 22 years, and Bollywood also. It's been a while. What is the prime difference you would say between how these two industries function? Is there any that you could say?
Money.
So this is a larger, much bigger game.
Absolutely, nothing else.
That's the only difference.
Only difference.
Any difference between people's conduct and how?
I don't think so. Look, because Bengal is a very small industry, and so this is like a family. So there are like the kind of cinema which I do. There are 5-6 actors.
Filmmakers.
Yeah, and there are 4 or 5 directors. So
Correct.
we work with each other throughout the year. So we know each
Right.
other. We have worked with all of them. All the actors have worked with all the directors. All the directors have worked with all the actors. Majorly, I would say. So it is like a very close knit thing. So
Right.
it is always a very one-to-one contact in Bengal. But
Okay.
when I come to Bollywood, it is larger than life. It is huge. It is a production. Minimum there would be 100 people on set. In a
Right.
Bengali film, there would be uh, how much? I would say around 60 people or 50 to 60 people. That's a big unit, I would say.
Right.
And 100 people unit is a small unit in Bombay. A film in Bengal, a big budget film would be max to max, 3 to 4 crores. If I talk about the different kind of cinemas, the larger than
Hmm.
life, make believe films, and my kind of cinema would be around 2 to 1.5 or maybe three, max to max 3 crore. But
Right.
that same film out here, if we make the same film with just Bombay casting, Bombay director, Bombay unit,
Hmm.
would cost you around 25 to 30 crores or maybe 20
Okay.
crores, not less than that. So the difference is that's all. Probably I'll shoot four
Right.
scenes in Bengal, and I will shoot one scene in Bombay.
Jishu, there's a lot of talk about nepotism, favoritism, and bullying, and all these sort of things, groupism as well in Bollywood. You've worked in Bangla, you've worked in Telugu films as well, a couple, and Bollywood, of course, or Hindi film industry. Um, which, I mean, it's a fact that it exists, but my question is, which do you think needs to be addressed right away and sort of taken care of before we can move on to the other one, which is the biggest vice, according to you?
You should take care of yourself. That's what I've understood. Look, to be very honest, whatever people are saying, whatever they're on social media, I'm sure they have their views, they have their understanding of
Right.
life. So I was being called unlucky actor for 8 years. I have been not given opportunity in big banner films out here. I kept on going. And the production houses which haven't given me opportunity, I have signed 6 films with them right now as we speak.
So this is
And
in
I in
Bangla cinema
Bengal,
or
in Bengal, I'm talking
in
about.
Hindi? In Bengal.
In Bengal, I'm talking about.
Right.
So, you know what? You just need to keep going. If you are talented, if you are good enough, you will be there. And of course, you need luck. It's not that, in this industry, you need a lot of luck also.
Right.
Yes, if my
Right.
daughter is going to get launched, I will launch her. There's no wrong in it. If my brother-in-law or you know my daughter's husband is going to be launched, I will launch him because I want to. I have that money. I will launch
Hmm.
him. Where's the where, what is wrong in it? I don't understand that. And if my daughter or daughter's husband or
Right.
anyone who I have launched have the talent, will shine. If they don't have talent, they won't. So I don't believe in all this,
Right.
to be very honest. If I and it is there in every industry. Thanks to our industry, we know. That's why we can talk about it. So
Right.
say in a corporate world, people would obviously एक business खड़ा करके कोई दूसरे को नहीं देगा, अपने अपने बेटे को ही देगा. It is very
Right.
obvious. Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
there's no wrong in it. You need to be talented enough. You need to have that, prove yourself when you get an opportunity. Fair enough.
Hmm.
Probably a director's daughter or an actor's daughter or a son, whoever it is, will have that first opportunity easier. That's
Right.
about it. So I don't believe in all this. Trust me. My father was an actor, was a theater actor. So I never got that support from my father, and my father always told me, I'm not going to support you. I'm not going to talk about you. In
Right.
fact, I used to call my father when I used to get into the industry, when I started my television career. So my
Yes.
father also used to do television. So when I used to walk in, I used to call him Ujjalda. Hello, Achen. My father used to call, Are, bhai, the bow acha thik hai, to alamar biya hani dada
Mhm.
kono. So we used to talk like this.
It
I
also
don't believe.
comes from an ideology that he believed in quite clearly.
Yeah. So, and
Yeah, that you have to make it yourself.
Everyone has to. Whoever has been Mithun Chakravarti, forget about anyone else. I'm very close to him. How did Mithun Chakravarti made his mark? That time the Kapoors were like huge, like they were like there. He still made it because he was
Exactly.
talented.
I was actually getting to one of those questions. So we've read about these like in film archives and old articles that are available, and there was this information that when Uttam Kumar tried to come into Bollywood, and he made several attempts through his career, he felt that it was an unwelcoming experience.
Maybe I'm wrong, but what I have heard, he never wanted to leave Bangla and go to Bombay and start working because he has let down quite some producer. Like Hemanta Mukhopadhyay was a producer that time, the music director. He has let
Right.
down him. Yeah, where Bishwajit's first film happened, 20 Saal Baad. It was supposed
Right.
to be. It was offered to Uttam Kumar. He didn't do it. He said, "No, I don't want to do it." So,
Right.
if I'm not wrong, he didn't want it to in his prime time. When he started doing it, that time he was already, uh, I think around 45, 50. And that era, 45, 50 was, Amanush, the age he was in, he was already, covered his career.
Right. So I'm trying to understand: is there a sense of like the way outside, because this outsider insider thing is a very it's like a buzzword right now. But we are talking about established stars in other film industries as well. Regional cinema is big in its own right. There's thriving South industry. There is Kolkata Tollywood as well. There was a recent interview. It was not, I mean, the interview wasn't recent. The clip went viral recently about Rita Koiral talking about how it was, in fact, in Shashwat Chatterjee's talk show, where she said that, after Badi Ali and the whole controversy that happened with the dubbing and everything, it was ensured that she wouldn't get work in Bollywood, even if she wanted to, like even like smaller roles. So I'm trying to understand: is there a sense of that as well, like consciously blocking talents who have a body of work to boast of, but stopping
Look,
them from coming to
I
Bollywood?
can't talk about anyone else. I can talk about myself. I have
Right.
been working here from 2003. Netaji, the Forgotten Hero, Sham Benegal.
Right.
I never wanted to come to into Bombay in the beginning because so the
Right.
Bengali directors used to call me. I have come here, done Burfi, went back home. Went
Right.
back to Kolkata. I've come again. I've done Piku. I went back home. I did Mardani. I went back home. I never consciously thought of no. Let me try in Bollywood. After Manikarnika happened, my manager, she said, you should try it out because your people are loving you. If you
Correct.
stay here, if you meet few people, you just try it out. If you don't like it, you go back home. I came
Right.
back. I shifted to Bombay. Now I'm there for last 2.5 years, and I'm very happy with it. So my if you ask me personally, my journey has been beautiful out there. People have seen my work, my body of work which I've done. I'm almost a part of around 10 to 12 national award winning films, and
Yeah.
so people know the kind of work which I've done. I'm being appreciated very well. I'm being, I was being welcomed very well in Bollywood. And
Okay.
so why should I complain? To be very honest, I don't feel this inside. I don't understand this insider outsider. I only believe in one thing. You believe in yourself. You believe in your talent. And if you're talented, and of course you have luck, you're going to reach where you are. How did other actors like Irfan Khan or a Nawazuddin Siddiqui or there's so many actors I can talk about.
But by and large, would you say the nature of this creative industry, whichever, Bangla, Hindi, or regional or Tamil, is very is very cutthroat in the sense that it is box office driven. It is,
Of course,
that
of
market
course.
value of the actor driven.
If I'm a producer, I'm putting money on you, right? And if I can't
Hmm.
give you money back, I won't be there.
Right.
It's business.
Right.
Entertainment is also business. Obviously, it is art is a huge part of it. But at the end of the day, when I'm putting in money on you, I'm putting money on you,
Hmm.
and I expect that money back. Of course,
Right.
I've been a producer. If I would have not given my hero or my heroine wouldn't have given me money back, I won't put in my money. Even if it is my daughter, I will not put in money on her or him,
Right.
whoever it is. So it is of course it has to be cutthroat. Look, we are talking about it so much because our industry is like an open book. People know exactly what they are doing, and because of the media, because of the social media, because of everything, people get to know firsthand. Next morning, probably it has happened at midnight. Next day by 4 a.m. in the morning, it's on the
Get
social
to.
media, right? So that's why
Right.
people know of us what we are doing and what we are not doing. There are much more of this problem in other profession. We don't get to understand, we don't get to know also.
Hmm.
There the problems
Correct.
which we are talking about right now, as we are talking about, there are other problems also which we are not talking probably right now, because it is not in our discussion. There are bigger problems out there because we don't understand, we don't know them, because they're not famous, but they're humans. We
Hmm.
don't talk about it. That's
Uh,
all. That's all.
Jishu, a little while ago, you were talking about how you also went through a phase where you were tagged as the unlucky actor, where after a series of say unsuccessful films, and then Rituparna Ghosh sort of like revived you. And then there were a series of very successful, critically and commercially successful films. Um, Two questions here. A, what was the most, how was it? uh, how did you fight that tag? Of course, there is conviction. You surrender yourself to a director and you say that okay, I will do this. But personally, on a personal level, how did you fight that tag? Was there a consciousness that my film, even if it's better, even if it's completely different from what I have done before, the audience will not accept me because they've already made up their mind. Was there a sense like that there?
If I tell you something, will you believe me?
Sure, will I will.
I've never thought of it. Yes, I've cried. I've cried when I went back home. I went to the bathroom. Was having a shower. I cried. Yes, I did. I had my moments. I felt bad. I felt humiliated. But that was it. That moment, and I just thought to myself, सोच के क्या होगा? कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. Let's
Right,
just give it a fight. Let whatever I'm doing, let me do it. And I
right,
kept on going. I kept on going, and I forgot about anything and everything, and I just kept on going.
right.
You know, people in Bombay, they don't know of my background, where I have come from.
Hmm.
I come from a very humble background. I There were time uh, where I didn't have my family didn't have money to eat.
Hmm.
My family didn't have money to pay the electricity bill, so we didn't have electricity at home for about 6 months. We were off electricity. So I've come from that background. You need to work hard. You need to believe in yourself. You need to have that. I'm not here to lose, and I don't want to
Right,
lose. That's what I've
right.
always told myself. I have
Hmm.
my family to feed them. I have my EMIs to pay. Tomorrow,
Correct.
if I don't, I can go and work as a spot boy also tomorrow if I want to. If I need to, I'll do that. I need to survive anyway. Yes, I will not hurt anyone knowingly. That's my agenda. I will not, will not try and say something which might hurt someone. Yes, consciously, I will never do that. That's who I am. But
Hmm.
I will do anything and everything to sustain, and that's what I've been
Right.
doing for so many last 22 years. And I'm here today. I'm speaking to you.
Because we touched upon Ritpurna Ghosh, is there a lesson that you learned from him which you follow to the T right now? Like you live by it?
Everything, everything, whatever I am today is because of him. The actor I am, I never used to. He asked me one question that will answer your question also. He asked me one question. Whatever you do you think and you do it? When I give a shot or something, and I was very
Hmm.
very clear about myself, and I said, no, Ritu, I don't think. Whatever when I
Hmm.
come to the set, whatever I think is right, the way it is, I do it. So he was
Right.
quiet. I asked him, "What is it wrong or right?" He said, "No, it is not wrong. It is very good that you act on the impulse and the way it is." Uh,
Instinctive.
in yeah, you can say that also. So he just said, just put a thought behind it. Just
Right.
put a thought to your character, the character you're playing, how he has been grown up. Probably that is not there on the script. It
Right.
probably 90% time you will not get that, so you make your own story about that character, how he was being brought up. Is there is his mother and father had a good relationship, that he has seen that and he has grown up, or they had a abusive relationship and you have grown up seeing that. So these are the
Right.
few things which actually, that question actually changed my career, my take on acting. And after that, I would also say the kind of as an actor, I started believing myself when I started doing also films with Srijit Mukherjee. He has given me so many, so varieties of roles, and
That's
he
true.
he actually given me a role where I was a villain, and which is a very bad villain, where I never thought that I
Zulfikar,
could pull it off in Raj Kahini, and I did, and I got all the awards
but
for
also
that.
Zulfikar.
Zulfikar also, yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yes.
so
Yes. Yes.
I am thankful to Rituda for making me an actor, and I'm thankful to Srijit Mukherjee that he has given me a variety of roles where I actually found myself as an actor also.
Okay, final question. I'll just end it with Shakuntala Devi. So it was supposed to be a theater release, but it's going to be on OTT right now. And Sadak 2 will also be premiering on OTT. Do you think this takes the pressure off an actor, the pressure of box office? And does it help in the sense that does it make you, uh, it gives you a sense of relief and comfort?
You know, uh, it is the new normal, so I really don't know. Pressure is still there, of course. When a film is releasing, you don't know how your audience is going to react to it. They're going to accept you or not. That is still there. So we don't know what is going to be the future right now. So
Right.
till 4 5 months or 6 7 months goes and you understand where you're standing, then I
Hmm.
can answer this question. But it's just releasing. My first film is releasing on Amazon Prime,
Understood.
and I will wait. I will wait for the audience to tell me how they are liking it, and I'm sure the other industry people are going to watch it, and they're going to understand that have I made it or not. And if I get work, seeing someone seeing Shakuntala Devi giving me work, then I'll understand. Yeah, it is
That is
good.
good.
It
Yeah.
worked. Yeah, yeah. So till
Okay.
then, I can't answer this question.
Okay, so we'll have to speak after Shakuntala Devi releases and becomes a hit.
Absolutely,
All right.
absolutely.
All the best for the film. We'll be
Thank
watching it
you.
on 31st, like the whole world. And
Thank you.
congratulations again for the trailer. It looks amazing. Thank you so much for connecting me. Thank you for talking to me.
Thank you. Thank you. God
Bye.
bless. Bye.